Hello everyone, my name is Key, and today I'm going to be showing you how I kind of made this OC in Yandere Simulator. It's not exactly this OC, but it's the same method that I used to create a new one. Also, I lost all of the audio on my original recording, so I am doing this voiceover while in bed. You're just gonna have to deal with that. But anyway, without further ado, let's just get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is go into your Yandere Simulator folder, find Streaming Assets, Pose Mod, Cutscenes, and create a new text document with the name of your OC. I've just named it New OC because it's an example for you, and as you can see, I've already got this set up with subheadings. You don't need to do this. And as you can also see, there is some commands already put in there. The first one is activate Yandere shoe locker prompt false. This will stop YanLegWarmerL from changing her shoes when she walks into the school. Basically, there's sometimes an issue with the textures. It's just a useful command to put in. And then there's also change Yan name with the name of your OC. This won't change it in everything, but like at the end of school scene when it says Ayano waits at the gate for senpai or whatever, it'll change Ayano to your OC's name. So the first part of our OC we're going to do is the hair, and I'm just going to use one of Ayano's hairstyles. We're going to go into the texture storage page, which I will link in the description, and we're going to find a hair that we like. Now just give me a moment while I find that. So I have chosen the Miyu hair, as you can see here, with the ID 122. Now because we're using one of Ayano's hairs, we just need this ID. And we're going to go into our text document. We're going to write Yan hair and then the ID of the hair we want to use. We're going to save this and open the game. You can just press X to open the Pose Mod menu, go down to Cutscenes, find the name of your OC, and as you can see, we now have that hair on Ayano. Now, most of you will probably want to texture this hair, for example, if you didn't want the blonde hair with the pink or whatever other colours there are. And now I'm going to show you how to do that. First of all, you can see that the texture box here is a question mark. That doesn't mean we can't use this texture. As you can see, it's for a lot of them on here, there's a question mark. To check if you can texture this hair, you're going to go onto the actual texture storage, and we're going to go to Ayano's hairs. I just use Control F to find the hair that we want, and as you can see, it is here. And we're going to save this. Make sure to save as a PNG to your files. This is what will come up if you're not allowed to texture the hair. Please respect the artist's wishes and don't try and find the textures anyway. So I usually use paint.net. As you can see here, I've just changed the texture to have the hair be black instead of blonde. Again, make sure this is as a PNG file and you can see the name there, because now we're going to open texture and it has to be the name of the file and include the .png at the end. Then to actually select what we are texturing, you're going to type texture free 0 and then the name of your hair again, which in my case is Miyu hair. And we're just going to save this file, open the game and reload the cutscene. You can see our OC now has black hair. The next thing we're going to do is texture Ayano's face. As you can see here, I just edited one of her base face textures to look a bit emo really. You can just find one on the internet, but I always suggest finding one of Ayano's face textures, one of her basic ones, because then it will coincide more with her face shape, which you can also change, but I have not covered that in this tutorial. Once you have that, again, make sure it's saved as a PNG, and we're going to open our text file. And we're going to open texture, the name of our texture, in my case, newfacex.png. Remember the .png. And then again, to say which part of her we are texturing, we're going to do texture free 2, and then YandereChan. And as you've probably figured, we're going to save this, open the game, and reload the cutscene. And as you can see, she now has the makeup on her face. So the next step will be a bit more complicated. We're going to be adding a cardigan. This will require installing a Unity file, which I am going to show you how to do now. So if you open another link that I will leave in the description, we're going to go to Outfits Canon, and it is the, I believe, Sailor cardigan. There is a download link here. You just need to click this, press download, and then move it into the PoseMod file. As you can see, mine is here. And then there is the commands that you need already on the page. You just want to copy and paste these into your text file. I'm just cleaning this up. You do not need to do this at all. Save and reload the cutscene. And we now have a cardigan. As you can see, it does actually change her body's model. As you can see, she no longer has the tights. And you also won't be able to do things like change her waist size, breast size, skirt length, anything like that, or add bodily accessories now that aren't separate to her body like a book bag. So unfortunately, that is just part of having the cardigan on her. I'm not too bothered. Let me just run away from their messages. But yeah, if that is something you want, maybe consider using the hoodie instead of the cardigan. But that's just what's on my OC, so I thought I would show you how to do that. Now I know I, for one, didn't want the blue cardigan on her, so if we're just going into the texture storage once again, you will find some of the cardigans. I'm going to choose a black cardigan just because I feel like it fits this new OC's vibe. Honestly, she's kind of an emo already. And the texture command is just here. We're only using this because we're not texturing the uniform currently. And you just want to add that to the bottom. My cardigan texture is already named cardigan text, but if it's not, change that to the name of your cardigan texture and you will have a coloured cardigan. Again, we're just saving and reloading the cutscene. And now she has a black cardigan. I honestly think she looks so cute already. So the next part of this is going to be the LegWarmers or loose socks, whatever you want to call them. I'm just copy and pasting this because the command is just very annoying. I will leave this in the description or the pinned comment because it just requires like positioning them with coordinates and it's annoying. So I will just give you this one. But as you can see, we just save reloaded and now she has the LegWarmers. The next thing I'm going to show you how to add is her smartphone. Now, I know a lot of people have problems with this, which is why I'm going to show you. Even though my OC doesn't have the phone in her hand, a lot of people activate her child object, the smartphone. However, then you have to mess around with coordinates because it doesn't spawn in her hand properly. Now, instead of doing smartphone, if you activate the pastime phone that she uses while you speed up time through the menu when you press enter, it will be in her hand and it will stay in her hand, for example, when we use the phone addict animations. So we're going to activate child all as it is a child object of YandereChan, and then it's going to be the pastime phone instead of the smartphone. And of course, we're going to set this to true because we want it to be visible. Now just save and reload the cutscene, as you probably guessed already. And you will see she has the smartphone in her hand, and it actually looks like it's in her hand and not just floating below it now. Now the next thing we're going to be setting for our OC is animations. So again, you're going to go onto the ref name / texture storage. We're going to find I'm going to do student animations because I want to do the phone addict animation with the smartphone. However, it is a lot easier if you just use YandereChan's animations. But basically I'm just going to copy and paste these. Because mine isn't one of YandereChan's animations, I will have to write yan add new to make sure it becomes one of YandereChan's animations before I set it as an animation. Otherwise it won't work and she'll just slide around everywhere. Then I can yan set idle anim and use the phone idle animation. And I'm going to do this for the walking animation and the running animation as well. Just again, if you are using YandereChan's animations, you don't need the yan add new command, you just need yan set idle anim or yan set walk anim, and it will work, for example, if you're just using the girly animation. But again, save and load, and you will see your new animations. I hope this tutorial helped you in any way. I know it wasn't very deep, there's a lot more that we can do, for example, different hair commands, putting students' hair onto our Yano, or even changing body textures and things like that. If you want another video, I can obviously go through more of these things. This is just very basic and kind of what I did for my own OC. But anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content and give me any recommendations in the comments.